Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Noor Azizah and I'm from class C 2020. My student number is 20050X60HH. So today I would like to present about the concept of codes in EFL context. So, in communication and information processing, code is a system of rules to convert information such as letter, word, sound, image, or gesture into another form, sometimes shortened or secret for communication through a communication channel or stored in a storage medium. Okay, the next is about diglossia. In sociolinguistics, diglossia is a situation in which two distinct varieties of languages are spoken within the same speech community. Often one form is the literary or prestige dialect, and the other is common dialect spoken by most of the population. According to Ferguson 1959, he defined diaglossia as a relatively stable language situation in which, in addition to the primary dialect of language, or which may include a standard of regional standard, there is a very divergent, highly codified, or often grammatically more complex, superposed variety, the vital of a large and respected body of written literature, either of an earlier period or in another speech community, which is learned largely by formal education and is used for most written and formal spoken purposes, but is not used by any sector of the community for ordinary conversation. Next is about bilingual. Bilingual is the ability to speak or understand two languages or the regular use of two languages. The adjective bilingual is most commonly used to describe someone who can speak or understand two languages, especially with some level of fluency. In other types of bilingualism, it is possible that either language uh, or both languages can be used in particular domain. According to Manager 2003, also report that also the relationship between France and French-based Creoles in the Caribbean is often assumed to be diagnostic, and in Guadeloupe, there is frequent code switching and nothing resembling diglossia in terms of functional distribution of languages. She also reported that this is a situation of stable bilingualism, which is another challenge to the tenets of diglossia paradigm, as the claim is that stable bilingualism can be found only with diglossia. And there are two forms of bilingualism. First is societal bilingualism, when a society has two different languages existing within it, and the two languages are assigned similar or different function within them. There are is societal bilingualism, or when we can say such society is bilingual. And the second one is individual bilingualism. An individual is bilingual when they have two languages in their repertoire. The next is multilingual. Multilingual refers generally to situation in which there are speakers of more than one language, either by individual speaker or by a group of speakers. It is believed that multilingual speakers outnumber monolingual speakers in the world population. Although the concept of diglossia has been important in the study of multilingualism in the first range of societies, the validity of it as a language practice has also been questioned. The relative status of the languages may not be exactly as Ferguson depicts. For example, Stepkowska 2012 notes that in Switzerland, Swiss German has long had high prestige, and this fact would contradict the usual assumption about the L code in diglossic situation, and the situation there is further complicated because Swiss German is now the language of interaction in elementary school. For example, in school, his first language is English and his second language is Hindi, and then in the family, he talks in Bengali. It means that the students speak three languages, which is known as trilingual. The next is about code switching, um, alternating between two or more languages or language varieties or dialect in the context of a single conversation. An early seminal work on multilingual discourse is Blom and Gamper's 1972, in which the concept of situational and metaphorical code switching are introduced. And situational code switching occurs when the languages used change according to the situations in which the speaker find themselves. They speak one language in one situation and another in different one. What we observe in a different one, what we observe is that one variety is used in a certain set of situation and another in an entirely different set. This kind of code switching differ from diglossia. And then the last one is code mixing. Code Code mixing is a term of linguistics referring to using more than one language or variety in conversation. Sometimes the bilingual speakers getting problem when they having a conversation with another bilingual, so they switch their language from code to another in the construction of a sentence to make their interlocutor understand. Sometimes they do it with the same language background, and it may do so many times. Code switching is the one alternative way to bilingual of two or more languages in the same conversation. According to Himes 1975, defines code switching as a common term for alternative use of two or more languages, varieties of a language or even speech style. And according to Weil Bukomba 1989, defines code switching is the mixing of words, phrases, and sentences from two distinct grammatical or subsystem across sentence boundaries within the same speech event. Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.